Now, the bans, a little bit more standard, right? Amber, Ruffs, Byron, and Poco have all been taken away.
Are taking too many risks, and in the end, those bans work out perfectly for them.
And of course, that leaves 8-bit available now on a map that's as wide open as Backyard Bowl. It's probably no surprise to see Chepo on that particular pick. On Dududunga's side, we have the Max, the Mr. P, and the Colette, if I'm not mistaken. So decent little mix up here. And early on, it's IX who want to push forward, but they lose Kangamo.
Yeah, nice movement speed boost there. That should be a goal.
No.
Super shot. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, Min Moon gets a super shot there, but it definitely is the max super that sends Dududunga straight on forward. And, I mean, Chepo was completely out of position. Couldn't do anything. It was just too slow, too immobile. Now, at least, he's going to get a speed boost thanks to having that damage amplifier down, Teddy. But, I mean, Dududunga really caught them unaware.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, when you're facing a max, you have to be aware that the pace of the game can completely change from 1 second to the other. That super just completely changes all the interactions you have movement-wise, what is possible or not, which angles you are able to take without dying, or which timings you can get. And that's absolutely huge. And the problem is, he unlocked his super and then instantly used it, which I'm guessing IX just maybe did not really look at how much it was charged enough, or didn't keep it in their heads enough how much it was charged, and that's a mistake that at this level of play can be very costly.
Yeah, it turns around the game in like a couple of seconds, if that. Now Dududunga have been pushed back into their half of the map, and it's going to be the super from Marley to try and send them forwards. Chepo again gets caught out of position. Second best is forced to super away to avoid being taken down by Minwoo, and those briefcases are a problem. Kagamo's here to do some fitness. But right now, Dududunga are back to 3 as Marley comes back out of the goals.
Yeah, Dududunga in a bit of a defensive position right now. IX trying to breach through the defense, but it's not an easy task so far. Minwoo really holding on strongly on that left lane. Will have to deal with that Porter, but he has a super. That's going to be a real problem to deal with. Mali going a bit aggressively. He's going to get punished for that. That could be the opening that IX Gaming need. Easy Livy falls as well. That's going to be a goal from second best. And IX Gaming, they stay in this game right as overtime kicks in.
What a critical mistake from Marley. I think they were trying to dive on Chepo there, get rid of the 8-bit, but it ends up costing them a goal and potentially the round here. Big mistake, but Dududunga have to shrug it off and get on with the job. Obviously, there are plenty of robo-porters on the map right now, and they're just going to run at the other side and try and harass as much as possible. Minwoo has another time to collect, but he's a little bit low on health. It'll be risky to try and dive in right now. Second best wants to get a little bit aggressive as well. Steps forward with that super. Chepo back to the safety of the damage booster now, and the ball already has to move. Second best. They're going to try and go for it, but oh my God, as Livy catches them out. That's not going to work here at all. 23 seconds remain in the round. And Easy Livy very pleased just to be able to stop that. That was dangerous. Again, the max super, you mentioned it, can catch people unaware. Tough, though, to break through the defensive setup of IX, though.
Yeah, so far both teams here in overtime not really able to stand apart, to get a solid push going. And here we have yet another kill. That's going to be our first draw of the evening. Oof. Yeah, I mean, coming into this next one here, just to remind everyone, after a draw, players will be playing the same brawlers, the same star powers and gadgets, so completely the same setups, which in this case, I don't think really is going to give an advantage to any of the teams, but, you know, something to keep in mind. So no big surprises to be expected coming into the next one.
Yeah, so in that sense, I think the teams are just having that communicated to them right now, and here they come. Same composition, same setup, same everything. Let's see if Dududunga can close this one out. Remember, Marley last time let it slip, and it cost them the win.
Yeah, I feel like in the previous game, maybe, you know, they just needed the time to warm up, but both goals were, you know, caused by some placement mistakes, which, you know, it happens, especially when it's your first game, under pressure as well. We'll see if they're able to fix them and be a bit more careful coming into this one. So far, IX Gaming a bit of a more aggressive position.
A little annoying for Chepo. They'd like to play a little bit further forward. I mean, they're quite defensively, obviously, you know, sticking around their damage booster for that speed increase. And if they have to leave that safe zone, they're probably not all that happy about it. Still, IX need to move across the field. So Chepo's looking to charge up another super and then find a good way to set it up. It's like playing cello in a marching band. You know, you got to get up, you got to keep moving the cello, you got to put it back down, you got to sit down, you got to set up again. Second best.
Oh
Not
my
quite
God.
enough this time. Great block, and Easy Living gets rid of him. Oh, and of course, Minwoo just go rub it in.
What on earth was that? I think he had the pushback on the super. It was very confusing because it was very much up close, but that was quite a wild play from Minwoo, keeping the goal safe. I thought that was a goal for sure, but somehow he made it work. However, IX, they are still in a slightly better position, but yeah, that super is gonna cost... doesn't cost his life. Chapo TP back, yeah. I didn't see it for a second. It's always so confusing. Sometimes you think they're dead, especially when they should be. But I think he teleported between both hits, which is why he survived that.
Yeah, really impressive timing from Chepo. Otherwise, he just gets completely blown up, and I think that's really the gates opening from Dududunga. 33 seconds remain here, and again, you know, we just come off the back of a draw. IX wanting to push forward a little bit more now. Chepo takes a little bit more damage than they otherwise would have liked to, I'm pretty sure. And that was IX's opportunity to really get aggressive, but that damage means they've got to sit back. They've got to charge back up and wait for another opportunity. They have corralled Dududunga inside their own goals, though. You can see that Minwoo has to sit inside and just passively get that health back. And that's because IX banned all the healers. Sorry, Dududunga, that's we don't make the rules. They get to ban what they want. 5 seconds left, and overtime looms large, Teddy.
Overtime kicking in. No more walls, no more bushes. Great entry kill from Easy Levy. That's going to relieve some pressure. Maybe even put some pressure on IX. But they're falling back despite being with a player advantage. Let's see how this one turns out. They managed to find Chepo as well. He was isolated, did not have enough speed. This should be a goal coming in. And indeed.
So fair enough, but yeah, I guess that mobility kind of hurt them. Still, IX want to go with that 8-bit. They still want to go. I mean, it's interesting. We didn't have a draw. These teams didn't have to play the same compositions, but they keep the 8-bit here regardless.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision. I'm not sure how much I like that, but at least it shows that IX are confident about it, that they haven't showed everything they're capable of with this pick, and that they think that they still have better chances of winning against this comp by keeping 8-bit in the table.
Dududunga want to come forward now, but Minwoo just gets smattered with a bit of damage from second best. And I mean, if you get caught inside Chepo's beams, you are probably going to instantly vaporize. They are low health brawlers on the side of Dududunga right now, and they do not want to spend enough time out from cover to get caught like that. So Easy Levy doesn't need much convincing to go back in the direction of their own goals. Chepo looks solid, and now with that speed boost as well, it's going to be easy for them to dodge incoming shots, but it's the trade. Minwoo and Kangamo both go down.
Yeah, second best gonna heal up for a bit. Chepo waiting for him, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if he has a bit of a lead forward, since he's so slow anyways. Mali takes a bit more damage as well, and so far, I mean, it's not the easiest time for Dududunga. They are struggling to keep up with this defense as they keep getting tagged from afar. Minwoo, low HP, doesn't quite fall, but Kangarma with a nice shot takes him down. That's going to be the push forward from IX Gaming. Mali, low HP as well. Can IX convert this into a goal?
I mean, there doesn't really seem an interest right now from IX in terms of picking up the ball. Fair enough. I guess they can't do damage when they're holding onto the ball. Mali disintegrates a ton of damage, but Kangamo also going to fall down. Chepo wants to get aggressive right now in second best. Can they walk it in? They do. They slot the ball through. An unlikely goal, and potentially putting IX now on even footing with Dududunga. Might be forcing us to a third in this set.
That was really close. I would have been really sad for IX if they had such a long build-up, such a long setup to fail that closely. But it worked out, and Minwoo is going to be there with Easy Livy on that left side, trying to find an opening on second best. He is the low HP brawler. One shot and he goes down, but he's still alive. And IX are buying time really well. That's going to be a successful defense, and IX tie things up 1-1. I feel like it's been the reason they've been struggling so much so far. They are going to bring him back in, and I'm hoping for Chapo to prove me wrong once again, like in that previous game.
Well, you were right, Teddy. IX can't ban all the healers. Minwong switches over towards the Pam now, so it's going to be a different approach instead of the Colette. So potentially, a reduction in damage in theory, right? Minwong's not going to be able to get up that close. We'll see what Dududunga can do now with a little bit of extra durability. So far, though, they're still playing very passively back in their side of the map. Minwong looking for a chance to come forward. This might be it.
Yeah, that happens very early on as the teams are looking to get their supers, to get some opening. Those sporters walking by, they don't look like a lot of danger, but in the end, that's quite a bit of HP, ammo wasted as well, and extra HP for you if you hide behind them and want to get into a more close-up position. Same goes for healing stations and damage boosters. You just want to get all your tools ready as you go into that fight. And I mean, so far, IX a bit more defensive, but they're holding on strong.
I mean, this fight definitely starts with the max super. There's no doubt about it here, especially the Dududunga want to try and come forward with the Pam. The closer they can get Pam to any of these less durable targets, the more likely they are going to feel like they can take the fight. I mean, easily be very low. So is Marnie right now. Minwong is able to, I guess, kind of force back IX, but now they're starting to push up. Dududunga might be in a little bit of trouble. They're trapped inside their own part of the map for the time being. Minwong, okay, healing station is thrown out. Pulse modulator used just for that extra little bit of healing, but Minwong is still at half and still not really able to push out too aggressively unless they take a face full of these 8-bit shots.
Yeah, we can see Easy Livy also earlier Kangaroo on those Mr. P's. They are able to disable those turrets and home base for porters from afar so easily, because even if they don't have a straight angle, they can shoot above that wall and get some big damage on it. So those have been really important so far. Let's see if either team can find an opening before overtime. Otherwise, once again, we're moving to overtime.
That's right. And I mean, it couldn't be any closer in this particular Brawl Ball game. Neither team really willing to make themselves vulnerable. Minwong's going to push forward now, though. Second best is low, and that ball is heading towards IX's goal. Here we are in overtime. Marley gets rid of the ball, but pops the super, and Minwong still wants to get aggressive. That damage booster is out in the open. It doesn't last very long, but Dududunga retreat back to their side of the map for now and try and get some healing.
So far, so good for both teams, but they do want to find that opening. One goal here is all that separates them from taking the lead in sets. Can Dududunga find the opening they so desperately want? They are so close from that goal, but they need an angle and they need an opportunity. There's charge shot. Oh my god, that was close.
It's going in.
Still gonna be a goal. Maps. I still desperately want to see a penny, but obviously on this map it's not going to be ideal. Interesting comps, quite different from EU, where we had a lot of BB, also Gil. I mean, Jesse was definitely popular as well. But yeah, Sprout is a first, I think, today that we see him on parallel plays.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some parts of the map that can be blocked off. I suppose if you're just focusing on one of the hot zones, then yes, like, that Sprout super can actually control that space really well. You just have to look at a part of the map, not the whole thing, to see the potential. Okay, Minwong just going to run down Kangama. That's kind of scary. Chepo has to come and finish the job there, but Easy Levy deals with second best, and it is a lead so far from Dududunga. Chepo is not accruing capture percentage on their own hot zone right now, so that does give Dududunga a little bit of a lead. Kangama now will be doing just that in that bottom left corner.
Yeah, that could be difference maker. If you have your zone fully captured and you have a lead, it is a possibility to just go aggressively, push up and start capturing the other one, but they will play patiently for now, and it is kind of working out. Minwong is pushing forward, finds Kangarmo. That's going to be some extra capture time for him. The wall is going to block access for Chepo. And right now, I mean, Dududunga, they're in a pretty sweet spot. Second best is low HP.
Yeah, I mean, second best is getting rolled by Minwong up until that point. Kangama comes to the rescue here, but Dududunga get themselves a lead just from the time that Minwong spent on that hot zone. Now IX have a chance to kind of push back, but Minwong returns, and he really knows how to make an entrance. Look at this, Chepo getting absolutely destroyed, completely worked by Minwong's Sprout. And now Kagamo has very little health. He's trying to make his way back, and things are falling apart for IX Gaming. This is not the way it was supposed to go, but they get absolutely bodied by Minwong in the bottom left.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to say that tonight, but the Sprout on Minwong absolutely beaming people down, not giving them a chance to move forward. 5% left here for Dududunga to get that next game and get to match point in the process. Great kill once more from Minwoo. He's had so many kills in this game, and he is also going to be the man to end this
my
one.
God.
Oh my.
That is possibly the most dominant performance I've seen so far over both regions, EMEA and North America and LATAM North. That was filthy.
Against the Sprout.
Sure.
Sprout just gets a bit more range, a bit easier to get those shots, less predictable as well. Yeah, that's absolutely mad. 7 kills. Look at this. What is that? 5 times the damage per second compared to Chapo. I mean, Minwoo really, really shined in this one.
So here's the M's from Chapo. How do you feel about this now? Because this map's a little wider open than other hot zone maps we've seen before.
It's a tough call, to be honest. I feel like it's definitely doable, especially in defense. And I really like how he's in the middle, so that if there's an opening somewhere, or if he needs to go help out the lane, he is ready to rotate very quickly. And I mean, those shots will hit very hard when they do.
Yeah, I mean, and bear in mind, like, Ems has pretty sort of slow reload speed. Minwoo just staying out of range of that stuff for the most part is pretty nasty. Now getting pincered. See, Minwoo tried to get that health boost with the gadget to stay in the fight, but I mean, he was pincered. There was really nothing you could do about it. Dududunga gets their hot zone first, and they make their way into the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's going to be time to see who can get towards that other side. Something we talked about and saw a couple of times as well on this map, since the hot zones are very close to the spawns and very far away from each other. It is very easy to get those extremely close games. 50% on each side right now, but they haven't really gotten in the enemy hot zone just yet. Minwoo gonna be initiating that, but only gets a single percentage so far.
He is Kobe up on that left-hand side. Chepo got dunked on just before. Yeah, still in a good position, but not confident enough and not really in a strong enough spot to push up. But hey, that extra 1% that Dududunga actually got on IX Gaming's hot zone, see, just a little tick, 1%. That could be the difference maker here if IX aren't able to push up in any sort of appreciable way. Still, I mean, you're a Max. You're pretty fast moving, and still Minwoo is punishing you. Good predictions for so many of these shots coming through, and I think IX want to try and get aggressive now, Teddy.
Yeah, indeed. That percentage was enough to motivate them to push forward way earlier than they would otherwise, because, I mean, they probably don't think they're going to lose with 1%, but you never know. You want to make sure you get the opening when you can. Now, IX are getting a bit more value on that right hot zone, getting all the way up to 64%, but Minwoo once again in position, capturing the left hot zone.
Yeah, and they get a bush up there as well, so it's going to be even longer before Chepo can actually get close enough to the bottom left to dig Minwoo out. They do that, so now we see 68 to 64.
They do that?
IX, they dunga that. Oh, God help me. They get the lead, though, crucially, Teddy. 68 to 64, that was because of that push-up middle that was used by the super from the Max. And there's another one here from second best. They may go aggressive once more.
Chapo pushing forward. That's super great at getting some more control, slowing down your opponents and making them easy targets. Chapo falls, but IX, they have the lead, and this should be a win for IX Gaming. Finally something going their way now as they tie things up in hot zone area for your opponents to walk through, and it just ensures that they can't really get too aggressive anymore, at least for a couple of seconds.
I mean, Minwoo's got a tough job. I mean, they are laning against a Max, right? They are trying to get consistent damage against Max, who is moving back and forth, left and right. She's obviously able to speed herself up at whim. Pretty difficult. Still, in that position, Minwoo is able to take charge of the situation and push up. The problem is that it's what's happening elsewhere on the map for Dududunga there, you know. Now we're going to be jumping in just a moment here to see if this is it for IX Gaming and Dududunga advance, or if they can stay alive in the series and stay potent. Looks like pretty much the same compositions here. Again, it's Minwoo pressuring on that left-hand side. Good connections on Chepo. That's an early pickup. 2 of them, in fact. Oh, no. This has gone completely wrong for IX.
Yeah, last time I watched Easy Livy play, he was the highlight of the evening It was the first time I actually watched him play. Pretty recent that I'm aware of this guy, and he was playing absolutely amazing so far. He's been a bit more on the quiet side here. I was expecting a bit more with him coming into this monthly final. I mean, I was calling him the NA Le Nain, so that just gives you a bit of an idea of, you know, my expectations to his name. Obviously, maybe that was misplaced on my end, or maybe he's going to be proving us wrong, but I mean, just that initial double kill already was pretty crazy.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny though, despite that, Didodunga are way behind right now as Chepo able to push up. Look at this, again, costing charisma. Minwong tries to use the Garden Molotov, can't get enough health, not be able to stay alive. Marley also going to fall down, and this looks like a compositional mismatch, because even though Didodunga starts so well, they are struggling to deal with this pressure through the middle of the map from Ems.
Yeah, Ems has been alive for so long, and Didodunga were just not able to deal with her whatsoever so far. She might fall now, will get traded out, but those extra percentages, they're going to be favoring IX. Furthermore, getting above that 85% threshold. Kangaroo trying to buy as much as he can.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Easy Living trying to get rid of Kangamo. He's able to do that, but second best in Chepo already here. 89% and counting. Pretty hard for IX to let go of this lead now when Chepo wants to get up close and personal. And that should seal the deal, and it does. IX Gaming stay alive in the series. They're going to force a third set. IX are flexing by that point, so Didodunga, I mean, we understand that they probably practice the composition around Sprout here, and that's all well and good. And you know, Minwong across that entire series still has 256 damage a second. Really impressive, but takes more than just one good pick to really change the game. And of course, parallel plays is the kind of map where you need to focus on both the hot zones.
What Chepo really did here that made the difference, he was able to rotate so quickly from offense to defense, helping out where help was needed, and that made the difference for IX Gaming.
These two squads living up to the hype, and it all ends here. It's Bounty on Canal Grande and Didodunga in the red. You can see that Minwong's gone over to the Rosa, letting Easy Livy play that Sprout. And right at the top of the map, hard to see, but it's Tick, of course, for the remaining player on Didodunga.
Yeah, so far, Didodunga with that blue star, that's gonna be a definite like advantage. However, it is on the Rosa, so one of the more likely brawlers to want to get up close and have to go on the hunt in case IX managed to pick up a kill. We'll see how that's all gonna work out. So far, just some trades of damage, reloading those supers and getting set up for a strong push.
Yeah, Minwong definitely needs to be a little bit careful here. Of course, having that blue star, strong stuff isn't available for them yet. So, you know, that extra durability when push comes to shove, not on the table. And that probably explains why that, yes, I see you, Minwong. This is probably not the most fun you could have playing Brawl Stars. I'm sure that there are better ways to do it, but right now, you need to deal with this absolute torrent of damage being thrown across the canal by IX Gaming. They're not messing about. They're definitely serious. They're here to win. Head first, okay, doesn't quite find anything. Robo Porter goes across the divide and gets destroyed as well. Eventually, IX have to make the play.
Indeed, I just want to point out the versatility on Didodunga. The fact that Minwong was doing so amazingly well on Sprout, and even then, he's not the one playing him right now, it's his teammate. Minwong is pushing up against Chepo. That's going to be one kill. He might even find Kangaroo as well, but he falls to second best. That's the lead for IX suddenly.
IX, they're in the lead now. Marley's got to chase down, but I mean, this is tough. Easy Living is so far away. Chepo's just going to walk back with these stars and
get that he needed to get into the action there after 2 minutes of, or like 1 minute and 40 seconds of just running around the bush, hoping not to get hit too much and not feeding too many supers. He's actually going to stick to Rosa. That's an interesting decision. I mean, it was really close. In the end, it was a draw. It was just the blue star that was the tiebreaker here in favor of IX. But something we haven't really said yet, but IX Gaming, they're on match point now.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, and they're looking to try and clean things up. This time, though, Teddy, Marley gets the blue star, right? So Minwong can go forward. Yeah, you still don't want to go down here, but you're already got that 3-star lead right now. Minwong's healing up. This is the kind of start that Didodunga were looking for last round. Now, again, IX have to be the ones that go aggressive, but this time, it's not so easy to get the blue star. Minwong can now stand in between IX and the rest of his teammates, block them, be that sort of brawler, that fighter that, you know, Rosa wants to be in this situation.
Yeah, this is turning out much better than in that previous game. Although Minwong is gonna go down, that means that any kill here would be enough to give the lead to IX Gaming. Obviously, players spawn with a minimum of 2 stars. I mean, they spawn with 2 stars always.
That's right.
But yeah, they can't have less than 2 stars. So even though the blue star is on Dudadunga, if they can get 1 kill fall back, that's gonna be a really good situation here. I'm not so sure
He's
about
getting bullied. Oh,
oh
no!
my.
Now the lead here for IX, the blue star doesn't matter anymore. Marley realizes the plan has kind of failed, and the Rosa pick, I mean, IX Gaming, they line up Minmung. They say, this is the brawler. We're going to bully. We have the range. We have the damage, and there's not a thing that Rosa can do about it on a map like Canal Grande. You are asking for it. To be fair, playing an up-close and personal fighter on a bounty map, and it has hurt Dudalonga. It may be a mistake they cannot come back from. They're coming forward because they have to, Teddy, but it looks grim indeed.
Yeah, it's gonna slip through Dudadunga's hands as IX Gaming make it to the semifinals. I mean,